Hello students, I am your teacher Francis Paul sir. Hope and pray that you are enjoying your life during the lockdown. You must enjoy, but with responsibility. Today I am going to teach and converse with you history of 9th class, and the name of the chapter is Harappan Civilization. Before studying Harappan civilization, let's move to the background of this chapter. What was the condition of India of northern India in this time? A Dravidian people lived in the northern part, and mostly the early Indians lived a primitive life, and they were nomadic people. Slowly, they settled down in the villages, in the tribes, and then gradually they built cities. And it was a gradual process. India was known as a Sapta Sindhu earlier because of 7 rivers, and the cities were built systematically. Beautiful buildings have been found, its ruins, and these were discovered recently. Let us see the dates. Recently they were discovered. Harappa was discovered in 1921, Mohenjo-daro 1922, and so on. See the dates and the archaeologist who found it. So that means India had a glorious past. We simply cannot say that India did not have its civilization or was not civilized. India was equal to China, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and so on. It had a beautiful civilization. So we should know about the past. Then only we can connect with our present and then future. So as a citizen of India, you should know about the past. So before studying this chapter, let's make analysis of these 2 words, Harappan and civilization. Harappa is a city. Harappa is a city or a place. And civilization is a development in the life and the culture of the people of that time, Dravidians. And its name can be, another name can be given Indus Valley Civilization, because mostly at the Indus Basin, the cities were situated or located there. So why we give this name to the chapter, Harappan? Because Harappa was the first city to be discovered, and most of the distinctive objects were found from this city, and they were similar to Mesopotamian civilization. So we will be studying its sources because we don't have written evidences. No history was written. We know that there was no proper script at that time. But we have some archaeological sources. That is a Great Bath. It's a building. And from there we come to know many important things about the very early people. Then citadel. What kind of city existed? That means citadel is a raised area where important buildings were built. Then seals. This also provides us important information. And then we have a bearded man, a sculpture or a small statue was found from the ruins from these buildings. Then dancing girl statue also was found. It shows the artistic value. Dockyard script also were found on the seals and on some other. So this all we'll be studying one by one. And then we'll study the origin, also extent, urban planning, trade, art and craft. And then we'll see how it declined, why it had its destruction, these cities, this civilization. So before that, let's know what's the meaning civilization. It's written here, advanced stage of human culture development. Advanced stage of human cultural development. As I told you earlier in the introduction, that man first lived primitive life, he ate raw material like meat and vegetables and all that, whatever man found. Then slowly also used stones as a tools. But how it developed gradually. So it implies this civilization, what kind of stages it implies? Evolution of cities from nomadic life to village life and then further to the cities. And it was a gradual process, as I told you. Then first they used to grow food for themselves and for their family. And then gradually they began to grow more food. They began to grow surplus food. That means, suppose this area grows wheat and this area grows sugarcane. So this area will provide wheat to this area and this area will provide sugarcane to this area. That is a surplus food. Automatically division of labor. Some became goldsmith, some became ironsmith, carpenter, and so and so. Then system of writing also grew gradually. Though we don't have proper script, but a pictographic script have been found from the seals and from other items. Then we have public building, that is a great bath, citadel, and so on. So this period, this civilization took place between 4000 BC to 3000 BC. Then when man acquired greater knowledge and skill in mastering the forces of nature. Then slowly we know that we know about the Stone Age. In smaller classes we have studied about Stone Age. Then man gradually came to know the use of metals, began to make weapons, variety of tools and all that. And later on, man learned the art of mixing copper with the tin, zinc to produce the alloy called bronze. But more important is what is the meaning of civilization here. And then we are going to study about Harappa city. So because its name is, our chapter name is Harappan culture. Okay, because this city, as I told you, was found first, and many distinctive objects like seals, weight, stones, blades, baked bricks have been found here. It is also called the Harappan civilization. Now we will be focusing on sources. We have only, as I told you earlier, we have only archaeological sources from the ruins we have found. So how these ruins were found? Because mounds were dug and underneath the archaeologists found some buildings, ruins of buildings. So first the archaeologists found the Great Bath. It's a building. You can see here the Great Bath. It's the largest building and it's a rectangular in shape. A tank has been built here, so that's why its name is given Great Bath. There are 2 flights of steps, one in the north and one in the south. And proper baked bricks and proper material has been used to build this one. And it shows the artistic skill and architecture of the people of that time. So, what is important for us? This source is important for us. The construction of the Great Bath indicates that the art of building had reached a high degree of perfection, as I told you. Then, massive structure points out that there might have been existed ruling class, could mobilize labor, collect taxes to build a huge structure. And then, scholars also believe that this Great Bath could be could be used for religious purposes. So, to sum up, 3 things have been found: the great architecture of those people, political life of the people, that means collecting taxes and mobilizing labor and all that, and the religious life of the people. Then we have a citadel. It is a raised area. Citadel is a raised area of, that means most of the important buildings and the buildings of royal classes have been found. So citadel points to the elaborate planning of the people of that time. Then we have seals. You can see some of the seals and the script, pictographic script. So around 2000 seals have been found. Pictures of the one-horned bull, buffalo, tiger, goat, elephant. So on the seals, these have been drawn. You can see the examples. Harappan seals provide useful information. So main important thing is what they provide us. As I told about the Great Bath, what they provide us. I told you some of the points. Here, seals, what they provide us. They provide us the knowledge of that what was the script of the people. It was a pictographic. Then how trade took place. The seals gives us knowledge. The trade took place, there was internal trade and there was external trade. What was the religion of the people? The people were religious. What were the beliefs? They believed so many deities, gods and goddesses. Seals of Pashupati show that people believed in Shiva. The seals were used by traders to stamp their goods. Because when the goods are put in bag, it is sealed. So these seals were used to stamp the goods. Then we have also found bearded man. You can see here bearded man. It's a sculpture, half statue. So this also shows that people wore shawl. And many scholars believe that this is a picture of or a sculpture of a yogi. So this, what is important for us, that it gives us high artistic value of those people. Then again we can see dancing girl here. This also gives a high degree of development in the art of sculpture. Then we have dockyard, a rectangular dockyard, again built with the baked bricks. You can see here, to protect from the floods, this dockyard was built. It is huge and wide to protect from the floods. Then again as I told you about the script. It's a pictographic. So the symbols have been given here of things like birds, fish and all that. So Harappan script was pictographic. Now we are concerned, these were the sources from where we come to know about Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization. Now, many scholars are of the view that this might have been from the foreign. You can see the map. These are the cities found. And these are mostly, some of the cities are in Pakistan and some of the cities are now in India, because Pakistan was a part of India before. So many scholars believe that this civilization may be offshoot of Mesopotamia or some other civilization. But many historians deny the fact that this civilization is indigenous, that means brought in India itself. So that means the people lived a civilized life in the very past. Now we are going to study the extent of this civilization. You can see the map properly, and in the south you can see that is in Gujarat state. Some 4 or 5 states this city have been found at present states: Punjab, Haryana, Sindh, Balochistan in Gujarat, Sindh and Balochistan in Pakistan, Gujarat and Rajasthan. So in the southern part it's in Gujarat, and west part is in Pakistan, that is Balochistan state. Then in the northern part it falls in the state Jammu. The city is Manda. And in the east, in UP, we have a city Alamgirpur. So here we have so many cities have been found. Okay, so we will be learning their urban planning, the city life, the buildings. However, because when we see some area, when we build a house, we see a posh area, beautiful streets, wide streets, and proper planning. So here also there was proper planning of a city. As I told you, the people, some of the area, the rich people, the royal people lived at the citadel. The Indus cities followed a grid pattern. This is indicated by the regularity of the divisions. So each city was divided into 2 parts: raised area, that is citadel, and the lower town. That means the royal families and the important buildings were found at the citadel, raised area, and the other common masses lived at the lower town. The important buildings like a great bath, granary have been found, as I told you, at the citadel. The main streets followed a grid pattern running from north to south. The houses at street corners were rounded like this one, so that a cart could pass easily without touching the boundary of the house. There was drain system, so everything was systematic. Houses, residential buildings have been found. There were variation in the size of houses. The kitchen was placed at the back of the house or courtyard. The houses were made of brick, wood, and stone. And it had a proper ventilation, doors, and so on. Now we shall study other building, that is a granary. To store wheat and other barley and so on. Important buildings had been built called granary. So this building can be seen. These are the ruins of the building. Now we'll be studying trade. The elaborate social structure and standard of living confirmed by the presence of granary, numerous seals, uniform script, regulated weights and measures in a wide area indicate the existence of highly developed system of trade. From where we come to know that highly developed trade? From presence of granary, because it could be traded with other countries, with other cities. Numerous seals, as I told you, to stamp the goods. Then uniform script. That means to explain in other languages, common language script was used. That is a pictographic. Then regulated weights have been found, measures have been found. So this also shows the development of trade. So we have a internal trade within the city, city to city, within the country, and external trade with other countries. So trade like stone, metal, shell, these were the things traded with other. And some cities were important for producing weapons, metallurgy. Some cities were important for growing rice and providing for other cities. Some cities were important for bangle making and all that. So we had a trade with Mesopotamia and many other Greece and so on. So many goods were exported to these other civilizations. The Harappan merchants were exporting to and importing goods from the west and the